The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a zero becomes a one, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear Gaming Monitor.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a zero becomes a one, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Numerous forces.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD Black Esports Club League for Rainbow Six Siege, powered by LG Ultragear, in association with AC Fibernet, Zotac Gaming, and Games The Shop. I'm your host, Blackjack. Joining me is my co-host, Baba Gusa, and I'm Mr. Reborn, as we are here for the final day of All-Stars Postseason 4. And that of course means that today these last two games will decide who takes All Stars and who unfortunately does not. We've got two games for the night. That is Team Alpha taking on Team Bravo, and to count things out, Team Charlie will be taking on Team Delta. It's been a fantastic 3 days of play that we've had so far, with a couple of interesting twists and turns as of yesterday, but the last day is upon us, and of course, after this, we will be heading into Season 5. The registrations, mind you, are still open, but definitely not for long. So, solo and team registrations, if you want to be part of the TEC League itself, have a chance of getting into the divisions, go and get yourself registered, and we will, of course, see you in qualifiers. With that being said, we're just waiting on the team members of both Alpha and Bravo to join in to the lobby before we head into the match itself. And well, as it turns out, just like season 3, 2 and 3 for that matter, of the TEC League were dubbed the Clubhouse Leagues, this particular All Stars can also be dubbed the Coastline All Stars, seeing as it's Coastline. Once again, we had Coastline twice yesterday, and if I'm not wrong, we had Coastline as the final map for the first day. So lots of Coastline right there, ladies and gentlemen, as Coastline is of course one of those maps that people really love to play, and for good reason. Coastline is a fantastic map where players can just sit back, they can chill, and they can frag out of the mines without worrying too much about utility. As of the team members of both Alpha and Bravo, of course, for the side of Team Alpha, none of these teams really need any introduction, but we're here, we're waiting, might as well get that out of the way. Ninja Freak, Skullex, Jittery, Hasib, and Ferdin Jazz, that is, on Team Alpha. And on Team Bravo, we've got a Vim, Beat, Hulky, Psycho, and Lynch. It's going to be a fantastic game coming up, and on a map like Coastline. Baba, how do you do on this fine evening?
Well, Jack, since the past 2 days that I've been seeing All Stars, it's been going really quite well. And this time, we're going to be seeing Sparko on Team Alpha going up against Beat on Team Bravo. So this is going to be a very interesting, players going out head to head against each other to see who's going to be the best player when it comes to fragging.
Absolutely right there. It's going to be a very interesting match between the players of the teams that we have. Of course, it's one of those matches that you get to see. You don't normally get to see matches like this, of course, unless some sort of massive roster change happens. But the Jittery and for the Jittery versus Beat is going to be a very interesting game indeed. Both players are very influential for their team being Union Gaming in the league itself, undefeated in the entirety of the TEC, having only, I believe, one recorded loss or so, something like that, against the side of Demas Force. And even then, in Season 4, Demas Force was completely taken to the cleaners in their match against Union Gaming. So that just goes to show one of the most consistent teams in the entire league. Currently, of course, broken up between the players, with the players being in different teams. And that, of course, makes this a very, very interesting game that we will get to see. And it's not just that, we've got players from Division 3, players from Div 2, players from Div 1 that are going up against each other in situations that you may or may not be likely to see. Take, for instance, Alex and Bot. They played against each other. I believe it was yesterday that they had their game. I forget exactly where Skullex is. Give me just a moment here. I'll find out. Skullex, of course, is here in Team Alpha. I just remembered. I meant to say Bot, Skullex, and now I look a little less informed. But Bot himself is in Team Delta, and we, of course, had the game between Alpha and Delta way back on day 1, as far as I remember. And that was a fantastic game to watch. Bot taking on Skullex. It was a match of two of the best players of KL11. And today we've got a match between two of the most influential players of Union Gaming. And it's just matchups like this, 1 versus 1s like this, really, that by themselves wouldn't amount to much. Say if it was just Beat versus Jittery, right? Not no one else in the entire game, just Beat versus Jittery. Wouldn't amount to much. But in a team situation like this, where specific players are well versed in what their opponents are doing, seeing as their opponents are also their teammates in the regular league, makes it just a little bit more interesting because it then becomes a game of psychological counters. You want to make sure you take the proper steps against your own teammate. And having played with each other for so long, Beat and Jittery will be well versed in how each of them play, especially in a team format. So, again, all of that is just to hype up this game just that little bit more. As Coastline as a map, Baba, what are your impressions the way Coastline has been played in the entirety of the league so far?
Well, Jack, when we saw Coastline being released on the specific update called the Velvet Shell, I believe it actually came in with the two new operators plus one new map. Jackal at the beginning, he was one of the most overpowered operators, as we actually did see on the operators reveal on the Rainbow Six Siege official Twitch, in which the Jackal can be used to scan the footprints of the defenders. To eventually gain where exactly the positioning is, and he was quite overpowered. But the most overpowered operator was none other than Mira herself, because Mira and her Black Mirror not only gives the intel but also give a strong position when it comes to holding a particular site. So most of the ban phase which would comes in, maximum amount of bans in attack would if you see the map ban percentage when it comes to the operators, Jackal has been banned around 30 to 40%, most probably on the side in silver or bronze league, just because you actually get free intel if you are on one specific position and you rotate back to some other site, in which he is quite overpowered. But the most overpowered on the side of defense would be Mira, so her ban rate when it comes to defense on any map has been increased around 80 to 85%, I believe. It's not that accurate, but it is just my perspective of how it works out. Now, when I want to talk about the map Coastline, I still remember Coconut Bra. He was making some kind of a parkour being made on the purple sheet on the spawn side of ruins, in which you can be able to hold an angle from the sheet through towards the hookah window, and also on the side of billiards room, which was also damn overpowered. And we actually did see the finals of one particular match where Coastline was the place, and it was one of the most major upset we did see after all. And with that, Ubisoft still trying to make some precautionary measures, as I still remember in the latest patch updates, they decided to not make the operators collide on that purple thingy, so making the parkour, even if you try to parkour through the purple sheets, you won't be able to hold an angle from that particular position if you're holding an angle from the hookah window. So that is out of the play. So most probably on Coastline you don't really have to worry about having a lot of hard breaches in play, because maximum amount of sites that you see on the site of Coastline would be either on the second floor hookah and billiards room, the second site would be the first floor kitchen and service entrance, and also the last one would be the blue bar and sunrise bar, in which many teams would actually take a lot of that. Just like I was saying, the defenders, the only three sites main overpowered would be those three particular sites. Penthouse and theater was mainly used on the beginning at the site, in which you actually do need a hard breacher. But since according to the people's perspective, they use those three particular sites, and that's how Coastline is going to work out. So with that, Team Alpha and Team Bravo, all of the players are in, as the admin is asking for a ready. So without further ado, when everyone is ready, we just only have to wait for 2 minutes, because Fadeen Jazz has a little bit of problems, maybe a little bit of a water break or something else. Well, yeah, that is my full conclusion on how Coastline is. And yeah, even though it had a little bit of bumps and bruises in between, but in the end, Coastline is a wonderful place when it comes to frag, more than more than worrying about a lot of utilities and opening up walls, Jack.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you are correct in that conclusion, Baba. The fact that Coastline as a map, the only reason the purple tarps were even a holdable area initially was because I mean nobody at Ubisoft probably expected the fact that players would be able to find a way to get on the purple tarps to begin with. But I mean, it is what it is. We saw many seasons of purple tarps being a thing to the point where it was considered part of Coastline, like the proper playable part of Coastline, but Ubisoft had other ideas. They completely turned off the collision and removed the hitbox for the purple tarps. I mean, you can still get on that little roof, the patch roof thingy, but it's not the same, and it really doesn't hold the same angle, the same deadly angle that purple tarps once used to be, which of course has had a knock-on effect on Blackbeard's pick rate on this map. It's gone down a little bit because we all remember the terror that was Blackbeard with a shield just sitting at purple tarps, almost completely unchallengeable, as of course the ban phase in the meanwhile has already begun on a Coastline. The first ban on the side of the attack is going to be the Twitch. Once again, fairly interesting right here. Twitch with her shock drone, despite of course recently her shock drone being nerfed quite a bit, given it's been given infinite ammo to shoot with, but it reloads and has a maximum shoot capacity of 3, as the other ban is going to be the Ying. Twitch, of course, is still fairly useful, just that particular change to our gadget was more inclined towards, it was like the direction intended to take was it's stopping the side of the attackers using the Twitch drone to bug the defenders rather than actually take out your defender utility. This is why that change was made. As right now, all right, I can see that there's a Capcan ban coming in from the side of the defense, and the last ban on the defender side of the map is going to be the Maestro. 3 fairly unconventional bans when it comes to Coastline. In an unconventional game, I think the unconventional cancels each other out. And the last ban, of course, is going to be a conventional ban of Maestro. I was about to say Capcan again, but Capcan I've already talked about. And yeah, overall operators that we're seeing here in the bans, not really going to matter a whole lot. They're just sort of banning for the ban's sake. Although they could have just gone no ban, but then they probably don't want to play with against these particular operators. With all that out of the way, I can see a Tachanka pick right there from Hulky, who still is running with the name of Good Night ×4. And Ninja Free is going to 6-pick out of the Zofia into the Zofia. Beat's going to 6-pick out of the smoke into... any second now. The Oryx, the man from Jordan, is in, and Ninja Freak's gonna bring in the Montaigne. There we go. I was wondering, he took the 6-pick, went into the Zofia, isn't gonna conform to the memes. He is. Second for Hookah is going to be the site of a choice, and this should be a very interesting game coming up for all of our viewers at home. We've got the Ella in play as well from Lynch. Didn't quite get to see. I think that's the shotgun that Lynch is running. Yes, it is the FO12 in conjunction with the Super Shorty. I think they're busy opening up this entire wall, just deleting it from existence. As Maestro, of course, is all that doesn't really do the same thing anymore. It's turn into a slug-firing shotgun. And he's, of course, banned. They could have gone with Alibi and the ACS drone, not the Alibi.
The location of a bomb.
The gun's name. But yeah, even then, it's not really as useful for deleting walls anymore as it is for deleting players, as it is the new meme cannon of Rainbow Six Siege, at least for the time being. Still pretty decent, but not quite as decent as they would hope for. The Oryx has been spotted in the meanwhile. He's slowly shuffling around this area. He's waiting for the sound cues to come in. What is he even doing? Oh, he's busy meeting up with the players of Team Alpha here, and he's going to lead them in towards the surface entrance. The lone Oryx outside of the map, and there's a Capcan on the other. No, that's the Tachanka, that is Hulky on the other end. Looks like they're all meeting up for a knife round, so I may have missed the all chat while I was talking about bans. But looks like we're going to have a pool party to begin things off, and should be very interesting right there. The music's up. Actually, the music's not up. It doesn't play in the daytime. It plays in the nighttime, but still. We do have the Blitz, actually. And, oh, that was an attempted knife, but the Ella's going to go down instead. Jittery's going to get that kill onto Lynch. Not even using a shield. Jittery against his GSG9 brother. That's the Jaeger. A 2-speed versus a 2.5 speed. And the Jaeger's going to come in. They're both attempting it. They're faking each other out, at least trying to get the jukes in. The Jaeger's close. The Monty's very close, monitoring the situation. And, oh, the knife's in from the Jaeger to get the kill. It's a 1-on-1 1v1 knife situation, and Avim's gonna win that against Jittery. It's the Montaigne next, trying to juke him out with those. Oh, look at him running around all the twists and turns, and he's actually gonna be found by the Jaeger as well. Avim's found 2. He's gonna find a 3rd one. There's the IQ who's gonna be fighting him, and no, the IQ is gonna win that. The 3-speed prevails. It's a 3 versus 3 right now, as the Castle is gonna be the next one to face the music for the. He's gonna be taking on the Castle. He's gonna fall to him instead, and the Amar is gonna get the refrag with the knife as Hasib finds Psycho. It's Hasib versus the Tashanka, and the juke is in, but no, the Lord wins the knife. It's a 1v2 for the Sledge, and he's gonna lose against the Lord as well. Hulky with the double knife to finish things off in the pool party, and that is gonna give the side of the defense team Bravo their first round on board. And what a beautiful knife run to begin a one-on-one full-on tournament style right there, as round 2 will be in play.
Well, it was like looking more of like a 1v1 matchup. So like I wish I was there to try to say some words like each and every time if one of the player dies, I would have said like fatality. I mean, the only problem is it's from a different game, so I'm just gonna move on with it. First round winning on the side of Team Bravo. With that, a great intense knife fight coming in on both the teams, as the victor will be on the side of Team Bravo. Well played to the Lord himself, as he gets 2 kills on the side of attack. And as we progress to round 2, as Team Bravo is going to be defending on the first floor kitchen.
Defenders, protect your bombs
Kitchen
from being defused by
was
attackers.
decided to be one of the most best sites when it comes to holding side on defense on map coastline.
Attackers have located a
Since
bomb.
we're going to be seeing a lot of shuffled players, it's going to be quite interesting to see how that they're going to play it out. I mean, we see on the defender side we have the Beat playing as the Caveira, and on the other side we have Hulky playing as the Flash, in which he's trying to try to get in the mood. Instead of sprinting, it would be better doing something else. But that was an unfortunate TK coming in on the side of Neko. The red dot suppressor and an angle grip being used on the Commando 9. He accidentally takes out the Echo, which Aveen was playing out. And then we have those 2 drones celebrating to see what the hell just happened. Maybe just having a laugh, but hey. Right, I believe round 2 is going to be on effect. I believe it's going to be a full-on pistol matchup. The only problem is Cash is using her shields. It will be a lot different for them to contest with it. So Zofia versus the Ella, the sister rivalry being up in effect, as one of the players is still droning in. It's just a lot of fires being going in, but on the side of defense, the Psycho on the other hand gets 1 Skull-X with the headshot, being outbeaten. Fateen Jazz is going to do the same. Just the trade-ins are coming in, but on the end, the heavy aggression coming in on the side of Bravo did not stop, as Team Alpha will eventually win round 2 on attack, with Fateen Jazz running like the 90s from service entrance to the reception desk, and gets that final kill as we progress to round 3.
Well, that was a little game of peekaboo that the Ella was playing with support of the Clash off to the side of the reception desk on first floor. A little bit of action happened off screen, mind you. There was probably a push coming in from the service entrance door from the side of Alpha. That worked out in their favor. Unfortunately, the Clash and the Ella were not enough to hold down the main door. And that, of course, gives 1 round to the side of the attacking team. Ninja Freak going out of the 6 pick once again from the Kali into whatever he so desires. Of course, he has a plethora of options to choose from, and looks like he might just bring out the Thermite, and I was gonna say that it looks like it might be a shotgun round from all of the players here, but I don't think Nomad has access to a shotgun. Everybody else does have one in hand, and of course, he was a default shotgun, but Avim's gonna take down Psycho. In the meanwhile, a little bit of revenge for that team kill earlier, and of course, Avim, man with the boss G, unfortunately got a headshot in the end, but a headshot on the wrong person. Hulky's gonna drop the good night in chat once again, as it were. The banter's in, as Oryx is also going to be in play. I'm not sure if he's running the main Spas 12 shotgun, the double shotgun combo with Spas 12 in the main, but he's It's still
10
going to be pretty
seconds to
useful
insertion.
regardless of the situation he finds himself in. Of him, out of the service
5
entrance
seconds to
door, we
insertion.
could go for a boss ACOG spawn peek, and that would make a lot of our viewers happy,
Attacker's objective is to
especially
defuse a bomb.
players who, a lot of our viewers who are bikini fans, as they
Defender
go the
is
visual
exposed.
runners in, but he hasn't found anybody, and he's going to have to pull back nice and quickly, and he does before he gets found. As there we go, this fast 12 is in fact in from the Oryx Hulky, doing what Hulky does. As right now, Skullix, Nomad with the
Defender
only
has
one with
left
the
the
ARs actually
designated
has
staging
his
area. Defender has been
main
discovered.
gadget equipped. I think they might want to go for the full party knife round, as Gershwans are being thrown high in the air, and that's the Buck trying to shoot them out. But no, oh, that one landed on the roof as well. Nice toss right there from Lynch to get it on the roof. As he and Jitter is going to be celebrating, as we're going to have another pool party round here on the coastline. As Ovim's going to get blown to infinity and beyond, but he's going to pull himself back, excuse me. And they're going to make a very tight circle. A Finka boost is going to come in, and the Nomad air jab should go off any second now. Any second now. They're just confirming. There we go. It's gone off, and the knife round is in. As no, the shotguns come out from everybody, and Team Alpha, in a blaze of glory, are going to be the ones to win that particular gunfight. Oh, the spam is real with the SASG-12, the Russian shotgun, as that of course gives the third round to the side of the attack, and Alpha are in the lead 2-1 in round 4.
Well, Jack, I thought you called that gun as a sausage shotgun, right?
That was yesterday, yes. I did in fact call it a sausage, because I mean, I'm used to calling it the sausage more than I'm calling it the SASG, because when you think about it, SASG really it goes like you can pretty much sort of construe it to form the word sausage.
I mean, yeah, I mean, when you said sausage, mine was a different thing. When I tried to pronounce the SASG, I actually kind of pronounced it as SASG.
Okay, boss
Like,
SASG.
I mean, yes, yeah. The thing was, it was kind of similar to the Hindi word, SASG, as in the
Oh,
serial called as
yeah,
Kabhi
yeah,
Saas
yeah,
Kabhi
yeah.
Sasur.
Defenders,
So
protect your bombs from
yeah,
being
so
defused by attackers.
just kind of words. Even I tried to pronounce mountain perfectly, but it ended up saying Mon ki Shakti. But yeah, just like that, wrong pronunciation. But in the end,
Attackers
it's
have
just
discovered the location
just to
of a bomb.
pronounce one of the specific words. It actually took me around 2 to 3 days to completely understand how to
located by
pronounce and when to
attackers.
pronounce. But yeah. All right, what was I talking about? I just realized what the hell was I talking about? I mean, we were talking about the SAS-G, and out of nowhere,
10
I started
seconds left
talking
before
about
insertion.
something else. But yeah, round 4. All right. Anyways, back to the
5
game.
seconds
Back
remaining.
to the All Stars. Round 4, Team Alpha on the lead, 2-1.
Attacker's objective is
So
to
I
defuse the
believe
bomb.
on round 4 we're going to be seeing a normal gameplay instead of going for a night fight instead. So we're going to be seeing a basic mode being made on both the sides of Sunrise Bar with the help of Beat's shotgun. As he peeps out is SMG-11 on the side of the pool entrance. A lot of shots being thrown out, but in the first Hasib will get one. And just like that, Beat with the 2 kills, and that will be just hip fired. He's going to take out both of the players. Hasib on the other hand with the sniper shotgun, so the sniper rifle is going to take out Hulky. But Beat on the other hand loses to the fight against Amaru, and then she would get immediately traded out from none other than Avim himself with the 416C carbine. The Jaeger is on a roll, but he needs to be careful on Fadija is playing on the side of Kitchen. And I believe Fadija has kind of made a single shot rather than going for a full auto, because for a G88 LMG, it is one of the most OPS guns of them all. Just full auto, all they have to do is just spray like there's no tomorrow. But I think he kind of decided to just go for a single round instead, which would lead to Team Alpha winning on the side of 4th floor on 1st floor kitchen.
Absolutely. Round 4 going to the side of Team Bravo on 1st floor kitchen. I believe it was actually a round entirely based in single fire. And that, of course, was pretty interesting to see right there, how normal guns in Rainbow Six work as single-shot weapons, but at the end of the day, it worked out pretty well for both teams. They got a good, healthy amount of kills. They got their shots in, and honestly, in certain instances, I believe it was Ella's gun where this particular feature, I guess you could call it, of the game was highlighted. It was a couple patches ago, where people
Attackers
discovered
need to
that
locate and defuse
burst
as many
firing
bombs
or
as they
single
can.
firing with her Scorpion, that is, would lead to a massive reduction in the gun's recoil. This was back when Ella's gun was, it didn't even have the 12 bullet recoil, like proper recoil, and then of course that it has today. But yeah, back then it was almost completely unplayable for anybody who
Attackers
wasn't
have
already
discovered the
well
location
versed
of a
with
bomb.
that gun. And that's when people figured out that, hey, you can just burst fire in quick succession and achieve what was probably even a higher fire rate if you were to
10 seconds
you know,
left.
chain your spam clicks properly.
Bomb located
And
by attackers.
of course, it's
5
since been
seconds left
patched out.
before insertion.
They did in fact fix it. So unfortunately, that particular
Attackers are
facet
heading out
of
to defuse a
Ella's
bomb.
Scorpion is no longer a thing. But it just leads to more interesting observations on how single firing would actually work. Meanwhile, we've got a peek coming in from Lynch, I believe that is, as he's trying to fight this. Trying to find the Jackal, and oh dear me, the Jackal will actually go down. Lynch was so low on HP, but somehow the single firing C75 will in fact lose that. The assault rifle, that is, but Jiro is going to find one. He's going to find the Jaeger. No, he won't. He's going to get taken out, and for his trouble, the Jaeger of him, he's going to be trying to find another one, and he will, but Beast will confirm onto Ninja Freak. In the meanwhile, it's a 4 versus 2 right now, all down to Ferdine and Hasib. Hasib, who is yet to leave spawn, while Ferdine is currently pushing up inside of sight. Beats found Lynch in the meanwhile. Unfortunate for Lynch, as Hasib is going to take down a Vim as well. The Peaks in the band is going to win that gunfight off the single tap, and now it's all down to the Zofia, who will also lose to the MP7. And Ferdine taking a beautiful headshot, a beautiful double headshot. Oh, clean, and on the blue stairs, clean as well, just above the railing. As he will, with that double kill, of course, give the side of the defenders another round. Second floor hookah goes to them. 3-2 is the scoreline. And we are, of course, on round 6, the last round before roll swap on the purple chart map.
Well, round 6, first floor blue bar, and I believe Avim with the Jaeger plays, and in the end beat with a wonderful way to get those kills on the side of the hookah entrance, as well as getting one more kill on the side of White Stairs to confirm the kill, gains the win on the side of Team Bravo, and with that they are on the lead. And I believe if this keeps on going till the 10th round, I believe we are going to be seeing overtime on the side of these two teams.
Attackers
as
need
we
to locate
are
and
going to be
defuse as many
proceeding
bombs as they can.
prep phase. We're going to see Jittery playing as the Maestro with
Attackers
the
have
breaching
located
torch.
a bomb.
Mainly he's going to be used it due to the weapon, the M16 with the... I believe he's going to be using the attachments more of like an angled grip, a compensator, I believe, because most of the players would use the compensator instead of using the flash hider. But it's up to them people's preference. Flash hider decreases the most of the recoil, where I would say the vertical recoil, but when it comes to the compensator, it also decreases the horizontal
10 seconds
recoil,
insertion.
and most of the players would actually prefer using to have that specific attachment.
5 seconds
But
to insertion.
if you're seeing the attachments being used on the side of defense, everyone is
Attackers
using
are heading out
the
to
red
defuse
dot
the bomb.
suppressor, as our dear friend Hulky would like to say it. Castle, UMP, red dot suppressor, and ready to rock and roll. Action phase coming in on the side of both the teams, as we see 3 of the players pushing in on the side of main entrance and 2 of them pushing on the side of ruins. The Ash and I believe from Ferdine Jazz, as one of the players are actually quite ready to go for a spawn peek, and one of them as actually gets down from none other than Avim with the the carbine, but
Drop the bomb
unfortunately
diffuser.
that carbine
Attackers have recovered their
WN,
diffuser.
and the Vigil tries to go for the shot, but Skullex on the other hand with the IQ plays, he's going to be able to take out one of the players. Beat going for the fight yet again, still fails again on the
Attackers
side
have
of the
located a
IQ.
bomb.
The Commando, Red Dot, and the
Attackers
Suppressor,
bomb
but still needs to be
diffuser has
careful
been
on the
dropped.
side of the hallway in which Goodnight is playing. A lot of shots being used, but in the end, for the Jazz with the SMG-11 Suppressor gets the final kill, as they will win round 6 on first floor of Blue Bar.
Yet another single tap around from the looks of things, as we had quite the interesting way to present weapons being used in Rainbow Six. Again, it's all down to the fact that while spamming that well, that frequently, with that much consistency on any full auto weapon will of course be difficult, as has been proven time and time again.
I mean, either you just change the configuration from the left click and you just use the mouse wheel instead. I mean, that can be kind of used as a kind of single weapon, but I don't think that will definitely work out on a game on Siege, because just as you said, they actually fixed that issue, so I don't think that's going to be able to do it on the Siege.
I mean, I'm not entirely certain. I
Attackers need to
didn't
locate
really
and
test out
defuse
that
bombs.
particular line of thought, shall we say, and I'm not sure if it was patched out earlier in a patch that I didn't see, or maybe I just didn't read some of the patch notes probably, but Skullex is going to take down Jittery in the meanwhile on the first defensive round that they have. That's unfortunate. Jittery, we were just looking forward to him playing against Beat, and he has been, for that matter. It's been a pretty good match so far, but unfortunately trying to, of course, single tap the drones a little bit more difficult than we give them credit for,
located by
and
attackers.
clearly that seems to have worked against
10 seconds left.
the Pulse. Jittery, unfortunately, is off the board, and the Doc, you can't really bring him
5
back to
seconds
life. He's
remaining.
just going to take out the drone instead.
Attackers
No
have located
sights in
a
the
bomb.
meanwhile, as
Attackers'
it is,
objective
of course,
to defuse a bomb.
the iron sights on every weapon, I think. Could be. Oh, Avim's going to find one onto Hasib already. Looks like Hasib wanted to go for a push, a run out from the kitchen window, and the R4C, the R4C iron sight seems to have won that out. As for Dean's going to take down Hulky in the meanwhile, and the Doctor's going to be going for a peek. He's going to see one, not quite. He's pre-firing away, and he's found one actually. That is Ninja Freak on the Psycho, and of course he's the Doc. He can take a lot of bullets, but there's a buck very close. He's going to throw a flash, and there goes the Doc instead. Unfortunate for him, but if him was there, who didn't get flashed, of course, but there's a Jaeger peeking him. He's going to find this kill. Not quite. He's dipping and dodging away from the bullets. Swardine himself is a little low on HP. The Bandit on the other end of the map. Another flashbang comes in, but there's a flank on Skullex. Does he know? He does. He finds one. Fardine's there to take the kill. That's a 2 versus 1, all down to Avim, the last man standing. He's found one. A triple kill for him, and he has to find one more. Single firing away with the R4C. He's actually going to throw out a drone as bait, but the Jaeger's pulled back, far back on to site itself. That is second floor hookup. Avim, the man on the Ash, he's got to get this kill if he wants to give his team the lead, and so does, of course, Fardine if he wants to give his team the lead. And he's going to peek, but no, not quite. He knows it's the Ash. It's it's a little difficult to go up against an Ash, especially one of the kind of the caliber that is Avim. Fardine's going to fall back in the meanwhile, pre-firing away with that suppressor on, mind you, the Bandit MP7, as of course the MP7 iron sight's extremely good, and he's going to go for the peak, but the Ash is going to get some damage on him instead. Avim knows where he is, and he's going to get the kill. That's the clutch, the 1v2, along with the quad kill for Avim in the round. The Ash comes in to save Team Bravo from a round loss, giving them round 7 and putting them back in the lead onto round 8, as it is a 4-3 on the 8th round.
Well, 8th round currently on the lead on the side of Team Bravo, with a wonderful clutch coming in on the side of Avim with the R4C assault rifle, with the iron sight suppressor being used. Getting those 2 kills immediately gives the Bravo the upper hand, as we're going to be seeing on the side of Team Alpha, as they're going to be defending the side of second floor hookah lounge. 6 pick coming in on the side of Psycho, as she's going to be changing from Hibana to the Fink, I believe. Or it's going to be a 200 IQ plays again, where we're going to be seeing Hibana being picked as a Hibana. No, we don't. With that, 6 pick coming in on the side of Team
Attackers
Bravo,
need to
but
locate
not
and
on the
defuse
side of
bombs.
Team Alpha, as we are going to be proceeding on to the prep phase. Ninja Freak, he's going to be using the P90 rather than using the MP5. P90 is considered to be one of the most, large magazines. It has a total of around 50, as we're going to be seeing Psycho and Ninja Freak, I believe, attempting to break dance on the side of the Sunrise Bar, which, I mean, it's a map Coastline. Coastline is a place where people like to always party, as we already did see on the side of Ruins. It has a great music and everything, but yep, there you have it. Crouch
10
spam
seconds
in
to
effect
go.
on the side of Jittery, and everyone is having a good
5 seconds
time.
left.
Jittery attempting for a spawn peek on the side of service entrance, as the time takes
Attackers
to
must
0.
locate and defuse
Every
the bomb.
players on the side of attacks are spawned. We're going to be proceeding on the action phase, and just like that, Jittery
Defender
with
exposed.
the run out on the side of service entrance, he's going to be able to take out Beat, and just like that, they're just going to rotate back onto a particular position. I believe they're going to be on the side of the reception desk. We're going to see another run out coming in from Jittery, and just like that, he's going to
Defender
take
has
out
left the area
Hulky.
of operation.
I would say a single fire being used on the side of the Jittery as he immediately takes out both of the players on the side of Bravo, and Hasib on the other hand with the P90 he's going to take out Psycho. Still needs to be careful that there is one player coming in on the side of the kitchen as he whips out his pistol, proning in, and he wins the fight. That would be Lynch playing as Zofia, and another headshot taking out Ninja Freak. Still needs to be careful on two players though, one playing on the hallway as well and one on the side of Sunrise Power, as we see a lot of wall bangs coming in on the side of Lynch. Meanwhile, we see Avim playing on the side of the reception desk as he tries to gain advantage, taking out the Jaeger. Fadin Jazz on the other hand takes out one, and he is going to take out Ash as well, leading to Team Alpha winning round 8 on defense as they will win on second floor hookah.
Round 8 goes to the side of the defense, and that is, of course, Team Alpha right there. And once again, fairly exciting, as it goes when it comes to All-Stars. Round 9 is going to be in play. 4-4 is the equalizer scoreline. No leads quite yet. This match could very well go overtime, as we've seen quite the difference in the way these players have gone about playing this game. Particularly, we've had single fire rounds, we've had knife rounds, we've had 1v1s in the progressive tournament style that we get to see in mostly in TV shows, but it's still a thing. Scullix is going to take the 6-pick out of the Jaeger into the Frost, and that is a 6-pick that we don't normally get to see in the normal PC League. But it's a point that we, of course, have stressed across these 3 days of All-Stars that we have had in at the end of the before, and that is, of course, the fact that this entire matchup, these entire 3 days of plays are not your normal competitive Rainbow Six. This is where we get to see all of the oddest plays of the people involved, and that, of course, is what we're seeing here today. Scullix is playing the Frost, mind you, as Jittery is going to be told to not use his ability, seeing as he's picked the Melusi, of course, once again. Melusi, I mean, you can play her, but you can't really use her ability, which is one of the reasons why she's one of the most annoying new defenders in Rainbow Six. But until she makes her entrance into competitive, we won't really know, as looks like it's hip firing round this time for both these teams. Iron Sight hip firing or Iron Sight ADSing. I'm not actually Iron Sight. I think I saw a red dot on Psycho's gun, the IQ right there. But the push is still happening. Beat playing the L85A2 on the sledge, and it's been a while since I've seen the Iron Sights with that gun. Beat's gonna find one actually onto Jittery. That's a pretty big kill. His own teammate is off the board, and Jittery goes down. Beat's trying to go for a quick peek onto whoever's behind the reception desk, and there's a bandit here who's trying to find whoever's on. Oh, gets wallbanged instead through service entrance, and that's from the fuse, I believe. Scullix has found Beat in the meanwhile, and there goes the fuse as well the Legion. Ninja Freak finds another one that's onto a Vim, and that unfortunately is gonna be the end of another one, as Lynch is gonna drop shot Hasib. Of all things, the drop shot, but of course he's got the PDW, which has got a pretty good hip fire, but he's gonna be taken out instead. Down and out is the Jackal, as wait, the plant went off in the meanwhile. I didn't even get to see that as we were busy watching the action. But the plan did happen. The counter defuse is in from the defending team, and Team Alpha will be winning round 9 on a first floor kitchen, and that is going to put them in the lead 5-4 on round 10.
Well, we did see a knife round on the first round. The second was, I believe, the shotgun round coming in, when we actually had a Nomad using her air jabs to initiate the fight. And with that, on the 9th round, completing the hip fire round. I'm really quite excited to see what kind of round 10 is going to be giving us. 6-pick coming in on the side of Lynch as he changes the operator from the Blackbeard of the Navy SEALs to the Jackal. Jackal is very, I would say, overpowered, not just his utility but also his weapons. He has I would say three primary weapons. One is the assault rifle, the second would be the PD5 SMG, and the last but not the least, the devastating shotgun. Secondary, he can be able to use a secondary shotgun, or he can be able to use the normal secondary pistol. Most probably the Jackal means they use the shotgun as a secondary because he's kind of useful when it comes to opening up the floors. Yes, most of them would prefer using a buck or a sledge to make vertical angles, but just imagine if a buck or a sledge is being banned on the side of ban phase, it would be quite important as we see one of the Goya shields being taken out to make a
10 seconds left.
rotation hole. That's quite
that's,
interesting to see that. Yeah.
5 seconds
That's
left.
some day one Goyo strats right there.
Attackers
Yeah,
have discovered
even
the
Goya
location
strats
of a
indeed,
bomb.
and it's quite
Attackers
interesting
are
to see
heading out to
because
defuse a bomb.
I believe Team Alpha
Defender has
is
left the
kind of
designated staging area.
how to say
Defender has been
predicting
discovered.
the future, thinking that they're going to do a 5-man push just like they did on the previous side, as we see Skullex playing as the Frost and he takes out Lynch with the headshot hip fire, as we see Avim throwing the nade, just the right timing as he is going to take out 2 players with the nade. It's going to get taken out from none other than Jittery instead. A hip fire coming in on all the side as Jittery gets 2 kills. Pateen Jazz on the other hand with the run out coming in on the side of the balcony, as no one actually sees a beat dropping on the side of bathroom as he takes out Skullex. Still be careful on the bandit as he tries to reload. Doesn't work out quite well as he reloads back and
Attackers located a
confirms
bomb.
the kill against Beat. But that is 1v1. It's Jittery versus Beat. Union Gaming versus Union Gaming. Who will be the victor and who is going to fail? A lot of shots being pre-fired as we see a lot of quick peeks coming in on the side of both of these teams as we see Sledge droning in, going back up yet again. The laser sights is still up in effect as a lot of shots being used. Quick peeks yet again. No using the ADSs. Beat goes for a Nitro Cell C4 and it doesn't work out. Beat in the end is going to take out Jittery, and just like that, a long waited battle has just inevitably come to an end. Winning round 10 on second floor penthouse, and I believe match point is still far away from both of these teams.
Absolutely. Match point, I mean, it's not really that far away. Whoever wins this round is going to take the match point, mind you. It is round 11. There's only 2 rounds to go. If one team wins 2 rounds back to back, whether or not they'll be able to, we'll find out in just a moment. As the Union Gaming rivalry, it's had an instance of, it's had a thing of showing up quite a bit today, hasn't it? We haven't seen it all the time in the camp, seeing as it's been a bloodbath whenever the players get down to the round, the meat of the round itself, as Hulky is going to switch out of the Nook into the Blitz, bringing in the GSG9 choo-choo train as the meme goes, and
Defenders
I mean, I
protect your
don't
bombs
really
from
think
being defused by
any of our
attackers.
viewers needs a reminder of exactly how terrifying Blitz can be. Is maybe not quite as much anymore these days, but used to be at one point, as it looks like Hasib wants to get on that ledge on the hallway of on the second floor hallway, but unfortunately wasn't able to. I don't think that's actually possible, but Hulky in the meanwhile, I think his drone's been taken out. He's going to drop a Y in chat. Unfortunately, losing his drone, of course, means that he's going to be reimbursed for the cost of that. I don't know where exactly he bought that off of, mind you. So, I mean, if he's bought that drone off the flea market, he's not getting that back. Neither is he getting the cost of that drone back. So,
5 seconds left.
yeah. With all that out of the way, looks like we have a service entrance run out from Jittery and
Attackers are
Ninja
moving out to
Freak.
locate a
And
bomb
they
and
might
defuse
actually be
it.
going for a
Defender
nice
has
one.
left
Maybe
the
not.
area
They're
of
actually
operation.
still
Defender
continuing with
is
hip firing,
exposed.
and he's trying to find somebody. He's hit Beat once, and Jittery on the mute. He's going to be falling back nice and steadily. I think this is actually a round where these guys are not allowed to run at all, because you can see even the Blitz is walking speed. That's very interesting right here, and of course he's forced to do nothing but a hip fire. That's going to change things up significantly, seeing as no runs are going to be possible, but he's going to find Jittery once again. As the wins found one more. There goes Beat, crouching to infinity, into sight. He's found another one. He's got a goof on his chin. He's not even going to bother. He's so low on HP, continually taking damage. He's going to be down to this rate. As Ferdine is going to find the Blitz, but the Blitz is probably going to find him first. Let's be real here. There's the Iana. The MP7's attempting this, but Skullex is here. He's going to find the Iana, but the Bandit is going to go down. It's all down to the last man standing, and there's Hulky firing away with the pistol on the GSG9 shield operator. Is going to find his own brethren, and then the man from Australia goes down as well, as round 11 goes out of the attacking team. That's Bravo team, and round 12 is going to be in play. Match point is in 6-5, and oh, looks like we have a bit of a disconnect as well. That's unfortunate for the side of Bravo team. They're playing a player short, but they're just going to have to make do with what it is. So match point is confirmed. 65 is the scoreline, and round 12, the round of ones, is in play. It's gonna be interesting to see what they come up with now, because it's sort of like stacking on. It was at first, no sights, all iron sights. That happened. Then they moved to single shot only. Then they went to single shot hip fire only, and now it's single shot hip fire. You cannot even run. So now I'm interested to see what round 12 has for us. I'll be honest with you. As there we go, Lynch, the man who disconnected, has returned just in time, but is going to be forcibly given an op by the game, and he's going to get gridlock right there. He doesn't have time to, of course, change up his loadout on a gridlock, seeing as he just joined right at the end of the 6-pick phase, so that's unfortunate for him. We'll see what this round has in store. Again, I'm quite interested to see what the players come up with.
You know what? I hope there's that one specific viewer who actually sees Beat crouching in infinite number of times to take out
Attackers
3
need to
of these
locate and
players
defuse
out by
bombs.
surprise with the Legion movement being placed. You know what? When I actually saw that, I kind of remembered a song in which it kind of goes like this. Oh, wait a minute. Am I seeing just prone only gameplay mode coming in on the side of these both of these teams? This is one of the most interesting matches I've ever seen. Well, just like you said, Jack, this time, and it's just prone only mode. I believe we're just going to be saying those great words, as one of my friends used to say. I'm a snake. Follow
10 seconds
me.
left
I'm a
before
snake. It's one of the most best words that I've ever seen, and with that, we're going to
5
be
seconds
seeing
to insertion.
a slow, rhetorical, strategic gameplay coming
Attackers
in on
must
the side of
locate and
All
defuse
Stars,
the bomb.
as we are going to be proceeding to action phase, as the attackers are going to prone in. But Hulky decides to be like, you know what, I'm just going to rush in, open up the barricade, and hopefully just prone and move, because it is part of the game. Hulky.
Come on, Hulky.
Come on, Hulky, just do it.
There
There
he
we
is.
go. Proning in, pre-fire, and Mozzie will just get taken out from Hulky himself as he starts to prone in. It's going to be a moment of time, and I think we're just missing a little bit of music. How about how about I'm a Barbie girl? Remember the soldier thing that they tried to say it? Yeah, that would be better. How about
Attackers drop
alright, on the
the
count of
diffuser.
3, I'm going to say it. Alright. Asif with the
Attackers have
MPX
recovered their
taking
diffuser.
out good night. Slow and steady
Attackers
as
dropped
a
the bomb
snail, he
diffuser.
actually finds another one, taking out Lynch. But be careful, there is also 2 players rushing in from the
Attackers recovered
stairs,
the bomb
with the
diffuser.
Kali playing with the sniper rifle,
bomb
as
diffuser has been
Valkyrie
dropped.
founds a third one, taking out B. But still, needs to be careful on the 4th one, and also goes down. Just like that, there's only 1 player remaining, Avim, playing.
And 6-6 is the scoreline. It's I think everybody can just tell that I'm still sort of dazed as to what we got to solve for just a second. As okay, apparently Ninja Freak doesn't want whatever the attackers are bringing in. I think it's the Nomad that he may be particularly afraid
Defenders,
against. He's of
protect your
course
bombs
playing
from being
the
defused by
Clash, the Ninja Freak special, as it were. Of course, I'm just memeing about, but you know how it is. As he was okay, they're all chasing him with the utilities in their hands. Impact grenades, the C4s, my magnets, as Mike's gonna pull out his shield as well.
Attackers
But
have located a
that
bomb.
was of course just a little bit of fun that all the players are having within themselves. And is that okay? Hasid is the only one outside of the Clash, of course.
Wait, got us a drone.
With a sight on his weapon. And, pretty interesting. I don't think he actually remembered that he had a sight on his weapon. That's why he's bringing in
5
an
seconds remaining.
MP5K with the holographic sight. In all fairness, of course, it
Attackers
really doesn't
objective
matter.
is
It looks
to
like
defuse a
the
bomb.
Clash is going to be
Defender
blocking
is
the out from
approaching
the
a kill
hookah
zone.
entrance. No, he's
Defender
going to be able to make it through. He's going towards pool. So is the Bandit, and looks like we're going to have an overtime pool party once again, as of course Hulky is the man with the Nomad, bringing in that operator as the circle is going to be formed, question mark. Somebody's cooking grenade. Lynch, oh, came close. He almost cooked it to perfection, but not quite. He's going again. He's going again. He's trying to find somebody.
Defender
He
has
wants
been
to blow
discovered.
himself up along with somebody from the defending team, but nobody's really willing to participate right now, as the Clash is going to be slowing him down, but that's a little too close right there. Ninja Freak, he might just be saved because of the shield in front of him, as Lynch is just trying to just give him a little bit of a scare. We're all going to start gathering up towards where the air
Defender is
jab is
exposed.
right now, and shots should be fired, or knives should come out as my Magnet goes out as well. And there you go, the Nomad Jab is in it, and the knives have begun. Jiru's found one, but he's been refragged onto instantly. Bodies are being dropped left, right, and center, and the Hibana is going to get a knife as well as a Vim onto Ninja Freak. And that is, of course, going to be a very contradictory round to the round that we had just now. The Clash, of course, was the last one to fall on Ninja Freak. That was Ninja Freak playing the Clash, mind you. But again, a very contradictory round to the round we saw in round 12, from the slowest to the quickest round on this match on a coastline that we've had. Round 14 is going to be in play. The first overtime round, of course, went to the side of Team Bravo. They're going to be defending right now, and Team Alpha are going to be attacking for round 14. The side is first location, and it should be, once again, fairly interesting and probably mildly hilarious to see what these players come up with yet again.
Well, Bravo is on match point on the side of overtime, so I believe if Alpha steps it up a notch and wins it, we might be able to see a maximum overtime, and that's going to be the final round of round 15 to determine who's going to be winning on the All-Stars matchup. Round 14 is going to be up in play, but first we're going to be heading on to the action phase.
Attackers
so that
need
the
to
defenders
locate
can
and defuse
use
bombs.
their reinforcements, use their utilities at a particular site, but when it comes to All-Stars, it's always about what kind of mode that they
Attackers have
use.
discovered the location of the
Lynch
bomb.
using the impact grenade near the side of the reception desk, but sad to see he won't be
Attackers have
able to
located
open
a
up
bomb.
any walls. Would have opened on the side of service entrance, but instead we're just going to be seeing absolutely nothing. Abim, on the other hand, is going to be using the bailiff shotgun, in which we'll be seeing 4 of them pushing in. I believe a run-out might be up in play on the kitchen window. It's just going to be a matter of time to happen, as we will be seeing one of the Goyo shields being popped out. A lot of damage being dealt on the side of Lynch, and with that, with the 3, 2,
Attackers
1,
are heading out
we
to
are
defuse
ready
the
to
bomb.
go to action phase, as Beat will go on the run-out. Tries to hope to take out 1 or 2 of them. Nope, no we won't. But instead we're going to be seeing another knife fight coming in, but this time it won't be without the use of the guns, but instead it's just going to be a utility fight instead. No utilities fight. Never
Attackers
mind.
activating
Just
the
Hasifat is doing their own. Oh my, what just happened here? Diffuser already been planted from none other than Ninja Freak himself. Lynch going for the knife, and Psycho
Defender
with the
is
SMG-11. A lot of hell just broke loose just because of one diffuser being placed on the side of service entrance. A lot of
Attackers need
knife
to
fight
protect the
being used,
diffuser.
and in the
Position
end,
compromised.
everyone on the
Defender
side
has
of
been
attack
discovered.
is down for the count. And with that, I believe
Defender
Team
is approaching
Bravo
a kill
has
zone.
officially
Defender exposed.
won against Team Alpha on map coastline. And sad to see, we won't be seeing a maximum overtime. No, we are going to be seeing a maximum overtime. Well, I guess we do have maximum overtime, gents.
Well,
It is maximum overtime.
all right.
Attacker mission
Okay.
successful.
Alright.
I think we all know that that the players probably just want to go maximum overtime just because they're having so much fun. They don't want the game to end. Understandable, of course, if you've ever played one of these custom games with your friends, you know, a 10-man lobby, even a 4, 8, 6-man lobby, it works regardless of however many friends you have in that custom lobby. But custom lobbies like this are always fun to play, fun to see, and right now, maximum overtime is going to be in play 7-7, and I think this is like the least intensive casting I've ever done for maximum overtime. Pretty much all the maximum overtimes I've seen have always been like super dramatic, like maximum overtime, and it's 7-7, and
Yeah,
And,
and then you have round 12 with the prone gameplay. I just, like, even I started speaking quite slow as possible because, my god. Yeah, well, overtime match point it is
Mhm.
on the side of All Stars, and I'm
Absolutely.
really
I
quite
mean-
excited to see, yeah, what's going to happen next.
Yeah, it's just stuff that you don't expect to see, and like I've said that
Yeah.
before myself. You know, one would think that I'd be prepared to expect the unexpected, but this is
Attackers
just a
need
bit
to
too much
locate and defuse bombs.
when it comes to unexpected stuff in Rainbow Six. But right now, of course, is going to be the final round, as it has to be. Unfortunately, all good things come to an end, and round 15 is going to decide which of these teams is going to take the last day of All Stars for themselves. Zidri going for a bit of a combat drill, excuse me, going through the barbed wire throne. But of course, since it's his own barbed wire, a defender barbed wire, he won't be slowed down by that at all. An attacker would probably be using that as a combat drill, but not Zidri. He's the Oryx. He's a defender. Barbed wires don't affect
10 seconds to go.
Neither do, of course, Melusi's Banshees or Clashes Shield.
Attackers are heading out.
I had a brain pause for a second. But it looks like we're gonna have another all-man run out towards the side of Ruins. Yep, it is an all-man run out towards the side of Ruins. I think they're all gonna be heading into the top of Ruins right here for once again a little bit of a party as they're just sort of taking up positions. And meanwhile, Ancient Ninja Freak, they're testing out how good the Warden is as a counter against the Blitz. I'm pretty sure the result is it's okay, but it's not that great, seeing as of course Blitz. It doesn't matter if he can't flash the Warden, he can just bonk him in the head with a shield. I've been subject to that myself, I speak from experience, but it looks like the Warden has been flashed regardless, as he was doing a bit of parkour on the Ruins. On the wall of the Ruins, he's gotten on the umbrella, alright. Smokes are coming off in the meanwhile. It's a full-on party here on the Ruins of Coastline. Ninja Freak's got his ability up, but it's going to run out, unfortunately. He's actually deactivated it before it ran out, and has he been the meanwhile protecting that umbrella with his life and his gadget. All the ADSs are going to be placed down on top. It's just a chill day here on the map of Coastline. Everybody enjoying themselves in this location, as it looks like we may have a knife fight as well, tournament style like we had before, and the Ike's gonna win that against the Mozzie, as a Vim's gonna take the life of Skull. That's unfortunate, but he's gonna have to go up against the Bandit now, who has volunteered to be fighting. The Warden's gonna go running by in the meanwhile, as Vim's gonna go down as well. Orban's taking a little bit of damage, mind you, not really sure where that one came out of, but he's still the uncontested champion of this knife fight that we've had so far. But no, he's gonna go down from behind. Hasib from out of nowhere is gonna take down a Vim, and now it's of course the Jaeger who's up for the knife, but the Nomad is gonna outsmart him with his gadget. And that is brutal right there. Jittery using the Oryx to dash into Nomad, take her off the board, and that of course means that it's a 3 versus 2, all between the Warden and the Oryx versus 3 attackers. Warden on top of the umbrella, a bit of an uncontestable situation, as he's gonna find one onto Psycho as well. Unfortunate for Psycho, but she's off the count, and there goes another Rima dash. And the Blitz, of course, taking it. He doesn't even care. And
Operators, you will run out of time.
Dear me, Ninja Freak with the triple C4 right there, taking himself and 2 others out with him. But Team Alpha are going to be the ones to win that regardless, because of course, default rules of Rainbow Six. The diffuser hasn't been planted, and all the attackers are dead, which means the defenders get the round in the end, and that was Team Alpha on maximum overtime. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a fun, really different Rainbow Six game that we've gotten to see from all of the players, and a huge shout out to them for this wonderful game that we've gotten to see. We'll be taking a quick break and coming back with the game between Team Charlie and Delta, and we'll be back with that very soon. And another reminder for all of our viewers, Season 5 registrations are still open, but not for too long. If you want to join us in Season 5, the TEC League registrations are still open, and you better get on that very soon. We'll be right back on the other side of this break. Stay tuned. All right, then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WBAC Esports Club League for Rainbow Six Siege and a whole bunch of other things that I usually would have said, but not tonight, as we're gonna have to close out All Stars in a little bit of an unfortunate fashion, and that is the fact that Team Charlie does not have enough players to play their final game of All Stars tonight, so we are going to be calling it early today. We did, of course, try to get in touch with them, didn't quite work out. And that's why Team Delta will be getting a default win on the final day of All Stars. With that being said, we are going to be calling it for the night, as I mentioned earlier, and we will be back tomorrow. Not tomorrow, actually, on the 4th, I believe the date is, for Season 5 itself. Registrations are still ongoing, and they will be ending very soon for both solo and team, so you might want to get on that if you want to play here, be in the qualifiers, and have a chance of getting into the divisions of the WBAC Esports Club League for Rainbow Six Siege. With that being said, that's going to do it from us tonight. Myself, Blackjack, my co-host, Baba Gusta, Rab, and Mr. Reborn, and everybody in the back end, as we will see you with Season 5 very soon indeed. Stay tuned, and good night.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.